Well, if you're like me and you still read newspapers, we have a delight for you today. I'm here with Barb Randall from Lifting the Fork, and we're going to be talking about peas specifically right now because it's that time of year, isn't it?
Indeed.
So give me some information on them.
Well, everybody loves them. They're one of the most easy foods to incorporate into your diet.
And grow. We can grow them here, can I?
Yes, we can grow any kind you like. So the most popular that people have would be a shell pea.
Right.
They're the frozen green peas that you find very popular. And they take a little work to shell, but nothing that you can't sit down and share it together. It's a nice activity. We also have snow peas, which are very commonly used in Chinese or Asian food, and snap peas that make that delightful little, I think we've already snapped all these, but they do make a nice snapping noise when you open them. So these are your three that you can grow in your garden.
And then today you're going to give us a couple of ideas on what to do with them. So let's jump right in, because I got to ask you though, I see green butter, so I'm assuming that this is one we're going to start with.
Indeed. This is really the hottest new thing that you're going to find this spring. It's called a pea butter, and it's a simple compound butter that you make with peas.
Really?
Either fresh or frozen. You can use a little bit of lemon zest, some shallot, and butter, of course, and you can mix it up. You can make it as smooth a texture as you'd like. I left some chunky pieces in there just because I kind of like it.
I bet you like chunky peanut butter too.
I do too.
Okay,
yes, indeed. So what we're going to do with this, I'm Norwegian, so we love open-faced sandwiches. Oops, pardon me. It's a little cold still. You can see the lemon zest in there.
Yes.
We're just going to spread this on these rye crackers.
And so you're going to have to clarify this for me, but I'm assuming that when you say sandwiches, the crackers in your part of the world where you came from, that is like a sandwich.
Right, you bet. You could use any bread that you like. If you want just plain old whole wheat bread, that's going to work just fine. So I wish I had pulled this out a little earlier this morning. It's a little bit stiff still. But
well, it happens.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
By lunchtime, it would be perfect.
And then you're just smearing that on, and then you have an idea that you're going to do something else with it, I'm assuming.
With
what
that,
is that?
I would put in some lovely garnishes. If I had some gravlax, I would put that on top. Some lovely sliced cucumbers and radishes.
Clearly you know more about cooking than I do. I don't know what a gravlax is.
Cold smoked salmon.
There you
Norwegian
go. Well,
style. It's
there
very,
it is,
very lovely. So there's one nice little, beautiful little tidbit you could do. You can see we've got some fun garnishes here that are...
Right.
And these are garlic flowers. You could use chive flowers, and look how pretty they are. You just take your kitchen shears, or like I'm using my fingers, and just sprinkle them.
Oh, you're just sprinkling them right on the finished product.
There,
okay. Okay.
And they just add a little bit of color and definitely flavor. This really has quite a bit of flavor to it. You'd think pea, that doesn't have much flavor, but it has a beautiful aroma as well as a very nice mild taste. So this will be something that your kids are going to enjoy as well as all your guests.
And then I also see other flowers here. Are those for other recipes too?
They would be, what I did was just take a walk around my yard this morning and found, here's some apple blossom. Most every flower is edible.
Right.
Yeah, so you don't have to be afraid that, I don't know how to do that one. Just take a petal off and apply it. And, people are always surprised when they see it. Here's rosemary flowers.
And you would take the petals off this as well?
Yeah.
Or you would, okay.
Yeah, right. And with the daisy, I would just take those individually like that.
There you go. I'm just going to give them to you because you're more fancy than I am.
Very good. And, that really is kind of a nice way to share with your guests. That might be a new thing for them, but it's a fun way to decorate your food and again, honor nature.
Because you're out there actually using the things in your garden that you're growing and taking time with to add them to the food, which you're also taking time with to create for people. That's lovely. Yeah. Okay, Barb, it actually looks delicious. Let me have a taste of that.
Please.
And while I have a taste of this, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. So we are back with Barb, and tell me, what are we making with this recipe?
This is a 3 green side dish or salad.
So 3 green could be something besides peas, but in this recipe, all 3 types of peas.
Exactly. You could use asparagus or green beans as a substitute, whichever your favorites, but right now we're loving the peas.
And then I also see that you're not allowing me to cut up the snow peas, right? Why is that?
Well, I like my food to be, I don't like it all the same size and all the same texture.
Right.
So we're going to cut up the snap peas because they're a little bit more of a bite to them, and the teeny tiny snow peas are so simple to cook, and they cook so quickly, and they're very handy all right by themselves. And of course the peas, just the shelled peas, are a perfect little bite size by themselves too.
All right, well, we're going to finish preparing this, and then we're going to walk over to the stove and start another segment of this process, okay?
Good.
Thank you, Barb. Okay, Barb, we are here at the oven, and I see that you have pasta, so that's part of the step, right, that we're doing next. But then what is this boiling water for?
This boiling water is how we're going to cook our 3 green salad today, or the veggies that we're working with.
So you're going to steam them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, can someone, if they want to saute them, that's fine,
Absolutely.
right?
And if I were going to saute them, I would melt some of the pea butter and cook them in that. That just intensifies that pea flavor one more time.
Perfect. So let's see what you're going to do here.
I'm starting with the peas that are going to take the longest time. The snow peas, nope, the snap peas, forgive me. And they're not going to take any time at all. But we're just going to give them first opportunity to sit there in that nice water the
longest. Just to make them a bit more tender with the finished product?
Right, perfect. So that they'll be
But see, you know that. You would know that these should go in first. I would have no idea of which of those to put in, other than being in Ireland and having mushy peas before. I would know that those probably don't
That's the last one.
So really, this is the ones that you would put in first just for a couple of minutes,
right? And just look at the beautiful, intense color that it gets. They go bright, bright, bright green. And then we know it's time to put in the snow peas.
And so then you're going in with the snow peas.
And the ones that we did not cut, we're just going to get them in there. Look at the difference in color.
Right. It's beautiful.
Yep. And they won't take any time at all. And I like you said, who likes a mushy pea? And then we're going to go ahead and pop in.
The Irish do.
The Irish do. Oh, okay. Well, Lord love them.
All right, so we're going to finish this up, and then we'll take a break, and our next time together, we're going to put it all the way it's supposed to be, right?
Perfect. Yes.
All right, Barb, so these are all steamed now, right?
They're all ready to go.
And you've directed me what to do, so I'm going to try to help you out here. Put them in a bowl, and then add some of this it's my new favorite butter.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Oh my goodness,
That's
it's so good. And then you want me just to mix this up for a bit while?
Just mix it up, toss it together.
All right, I'll do this, and then we'll be right back.
Perfect.
All right, now it looks like you actually are here to do some.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, this will be a pasta dish with peas and ham and shrimp in them. So we've put a little olive oil in our pan, and I'm going to add a couple cloves of garlic. We'll use the hands. That's the best tool in the kitchen.
It's very true.
Yes. Alrighty, we want to have them cook in the olive oil for just a little bit. We want to smell it, you know.
Yeah.
I wish they could smell on television, smell-o-vision or something.
And the sound is always delightful too.
Good.
And then what else is in that part of the recipe?
Then we're going to add a little bit of ham, and this is Olympic Provisions ham that they put together. I just cut it up nicely. Again, this is bite-sized pieces. Oh, it smells good, doesn't it?
It does.
Mm-hmm. We just want to get this warm. This, the ham is already cooked. The shrimp that we're putting in have already been cooked. So it's really just a matter of marrying the flavors, warming it so that it's all at a pleasant temperature. It'll be a fast one. So this is really a fast meal to put together. You could theoretically, I always cook more pasta than I need.
Right.
So that we can have more throughout the week. You just keep it in water in your fridge, drain it, put it in new hot water, boil it up, it's ready, and it's virtually fresh pasta, so it cooks in like 3 minutes. Okay, I'm happy with how the ham is looking, so I'm going to dump in some peas. These would be the shelled peas. Smells really good.
And again, you're not spending, a long time in this process of the recipe.
Not at all. Oh, it smells really good. And then to this, we're going to add one of the best ingredients in the world, just a little cream. There. And we'll bring that back up to a nice simmer. And we'll get that kind of back up. And I'm using just a medium heat. There's no reason to, it's cooking fast enough so you don't have to cook it faster by going high.
You really are sauteing to begin with, but now you're even taking another step in the process.
Making a nice sauce, so we want that cream to thicken up a little bit. Okay, we'll just let it kind of sit there.
All right, so clearly the cream is now thickening up,
right.
But there's still a couple of more ingredients, right?
Yes, indeed. We're going to add about a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Or you could use, your favorite hard cheese.
Yeah.
So if you like white cheddar, that would be good.
And that's the fun about cooking,
Absolutely.
is that you can actually adjust things to your taste over time.
That's really true.
Nice.
And any of the recipes that we've done today, they're all really, you don't have to be so caught up with measuring everything. Eyeball it. Trust your gut. Well, that's kind of figurative.
Right.
And we're adding about a half a pound of shrimp here. We're just going to get that warm. And then a nice bunch of chopped parsley.
Oh, nice.
We're just going to cook that all together. I'm going to turn the heat off and just let the heat that's in the pan work it all together. Then I'm going to add the pasta right to it.
Oh, really? Just right into the pan?
Right into the pan.
Okay.
And here, those asbestos fingers working on that pan.
It's a miracle.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so we will take our tongs now. Do you see those over there?
I do.
And we'll just pull the ham and the shrimp and the peas right up. Thank you. Right up to the top, mix it all together. Oh, this is beautiful. It smells so good.
And I can tell that you know what you're doing, because if I were trying to do that in that skillet, everywhere. It'd be everywhere.
Well, it does happen. Even in the best of kitchens.
So after we get this all mixed up, we're going to plate it up and show everybody the final product.
Perfect.
Okay, Barb, I'm going to add a little dollop more of this pea butter on here, and then I'm going to taste this. And while I do, tell people how they can get a hold of you for these recipes.
Thank you. Lifting the Fork appears in the Lake Oswego Review and the Westland Tidings each week, and that's part of the Pamplin Media newspapers. So just Google any of them, and you'll be able to find it. Barb Randall is my author name there, and you can also find more information about me at barbersmithrandall.com.
Well, I was hoping you would talk a lot longer so I could eat
more.
more,
Sorry.
because it's absolutely so very good. Well, there you have it. First of all, we wanted to say a big thank you to Lusher Farms, because this is their kitchen, and they do love it when people come out and really enjoy all the beauty of the farm here. And then for more information on Barb, you can always go to gardentime.tv, and we'll give you a whole bunch of recipes and information about her. Barb, thank you so much. What a delight
My
this has been.
pleasure. Thanks.